It's gonna be an unedited video. It's gonna be a little bit rambly. Yeah, I'm gonna tell a story. I'm gonna call my friend. I'm gonna be telling her the story, and you guys can listen in on it. So this video is very different to my usual stuff, and it's also very late. As you guys know, I don't prioritize YouTube since I don't get paid for it. I don't have nearly enough traffic on my channel to make it a priority. I do this for free, but I figured that this would kind of be fun. Instead of the usual speed paints with music in the background, I thought it'd be interesting to tell an experience I had with a very, very, very terrible client. So I hope you enjoy it while watching me draw, and I am going to call my friend now so you guys can hear the story.
Hi.
Hey Luch! How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good too. So my story, the story I'm gonna tell is basically my worst client experience that I can remember. And yeah, and so far, like, I had quite a few, but I don't want to tell them all in one recording, so it'll take me too long, and I want to keep this short. But this is probably the worst one. So just because, okay, I'll just start so you can understand. Basically in high school, I was obviously really into Yu-Gi-Oh, and I played tournaments. I've told you this before, and this guy that was there, he was one of my best friends, okay? We would always duel each other, we would always support each other, we were really good, we were always close, I was there when he had a really bad breakup and everything, and we kept in touch even after high school. So, comes to close to the end of college, and he goes, his girlfriend, his new girlfriend, who I knew, got along with him very well, messaged me saying that she wants to commission me to design a logo for him, for a surprise. His birthday was coming up, and she wants to commission a logo for his business he's starting. So I was like, yeah, okay. And so she was like, so what do you charge for that? And normally for a logo, I would always charge a lot more, because with design and stuff, it could take forever. They could be super picky. You never freaking know when it comes to design stuff. If I either charge a lot or I charge per hour. It depends on the person, right? But this is.
If there's anything like Fietcher, they could probably be picky.
Yeah, especially for a logo. It's very stingy, and so that's why. But remember, this is the guy I was besties with. So I was okay. I'm you know what? I'll do it for a cheap, measly $40, which is nothing. Okay, nothing. It's nothing. So I was yeah, so I'll do it for 40. She was oh great, that's awesome, whatever. So she sent me pictures and she sent me a description of what she wants, which was basically cause the guy he I guess he sells stuff, he would sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards, old games and stuff. He would sell just a bunch of, very, whatever. So she wanted a logo of him coming out of a box, holding a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, games, and all kinds of stuff, and he had to wear glasses and a cap, basically look like him, a chibi thing. So I was okay, easy enough. And it also so happened that Diana, right, old friend, who was really good at drawing chibis, so I actually asked her to help me on that, and I would give her she said she would do it for free anyway because she doesn't have experience, but I'm not like that. I told her, I was I'll give you some money. She's cool. So we did 2 different thumbnails together and sent it to her, and she said that she loved them so much, and then she picked one. So I was okay, cool. So I finished it on Photoshop, and then I sent her the final, a low resolution kind of thing, just to show her that it was done. And she said that she loved it, but she had to tell him about it because it's really hard. She's oh, it's really hard to give someone a logo design for their birthday. I have to make sure he likes it or whatever, right? So I was okay, fine. And I was well, what do you say? She was oh, he really likes it. We'll send payment to you soon. Great. A couple days go by, nothing. So I sent him a message. Her specifically, because she was the one doing the commission, and I was hey, what's up? What's going on? And then no answer. This went on for days and days, to the point where I messaged him, and I was okay, I was trying to be a professional, you can't do this to an artist. You can't do this, and I didn't even charge them a lot. It was blowing my mind. It was such a cheap, thing, and they stopped. She just would not reply to the point where I decided to message the guy directly, since he is a good friend of mine. And he replies telling me to stop harassing his girlfriend, and that if that he would call the police or whatever if I keep messaging them and stuff. And then he was saying that because I was saying I'm not trying to harass you guys. I just want my money for the job I did, and I'll send you the finished logo. And he said, oh, he was that piece of crap isn't even worth $40. Are you kidding me? And he was freaking out. But I'm like, what? I know. I sent you guys progress. I didn't even just do it all at once. I made sure they liked it. Every single sketch I did, every single flat color that went into this, I got pure feedback from his girlfriend saying everything is going well. And then he just, apparently it's crappy. And it blew my mind. So we had this whole argument, how he was saying that, because he would mention, how he makes, so much money and shit. Even if you go on his Instagram, he has, pictures of the cash. Yes, he's one of those people. And then I'm like, listen, buddy, if you're so fucking rich, why don't you pay $40 for the logo design? You know? And then, so, it blew my mind that this was the same guy I was so close with. I'm like, I can't believe that I trusted, this just goes to show you that in no situation, in no commission that you ever do, should you ever make exceptions like this. You should always charge the price that you charge, or at least get to, this was the commission that taught me to always take down payments, always, and to do contracts every single time. Because, I would always waive those kinds of things for certain people, and usually it went well. But this guy, the one that I thought for sure, because he didn't just play Yu-Gi-Oh cards with me, he was the guy that supported my art the most in high school. He was always leaning over my he was always leaning over my sketchbook, and he was always like, oh, that's really cool, whatever. So, I really did not expect this at all. So, he stopped replying to me, and let me tell you something, Lucia, the story doesn't even end there, okay? I gave up. I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not even gonna, go after, it's just $40, I can live without $40. I learned my lesson, it was my fault, I should have done things professionally from the beginning, contract, down payment, done. So I learned from that, it was fine, it was experience I learned from. But this is what blew my mind the most. You know how I told you I sent him progress pictures and stuff like that? This was before I was watermarking them, and even though they were low resolution, the last one I never sent him, because the last one when it was finished and I sent it to her, I had my watermark on it. But the ones before didn't. So you wouldn't believe that when I went to his social media, he was actually using the sketch version as a logo. You don't even understand how pissed I was. I was furious. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like a piece of shit and you're still using it, you fucking asshole. I'm like, this is somebody I went to school with, played Yu-Gi-Oh with, held when he was sad over his breakup. I was so furious. So I inboxed him and I threatened him with law and shit, basically scared the crap out of him, because right after he took it down and then blocked me. I didn't care, as long as he removed it, which he did, because I'm not gonna go into detail what I said to him. I learned some shit from my dad, who happens to be into that kind of thing. So I scared the crap out of him with my language, and he ended up taking it down and blocked me. And I was just I was just completely mind blown over the experience. And then it was a piece of shit, and he still went and used it, and I was like, oh my god. Why am I gonna pay $40? But he also likes it because he fucking used it. I know, that's why I don't understand. I'm like, did he not like it? What was it? That's why I was so confused. I'm like, maybe he didn't like it, because arguably, it was a few years back, so I don't have the skills I do today, so maybe he just didn't like it, but then he went and used the sketch as a logo. Oh, he's probably worse than me. No wonder you block everything. But I do remember him actually telling me that I'm not gonna go anywhere with my business and all that kind of stuff. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a lovely person.
He probably talked about himself, not going anywhere with it.
Honestly, I'm very curious. I don't remember what the fuck his business was called because it was some next shit name that was not even impressive. But like, I can't like, because if I remembered what his business name was, I would honestly go find it. Though, you know what happened after that? I happen to remember the ex-girlfriend that I comforted him over. I still have her on Facebook. So I inboxed her, and I was like, yo, I was like, how are things? Because I actually never didn't get along with her, even though I was friends with her ex. Me and her never had a problem because even when they were dating, she would come to the games and like support me like dueling and stuff like that. So we always got along. And when they broke up, I don't think she knew that I was there to comfort him, but we never had beef. Like we never had a problem with each other. So she was like, oh my god, it's been so long, whatever. And she's talking normally, and I was like this. I'm like, I'm really sorry to bring this up randomly, but I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna name any names, so we're just gonna call him Dave, okay? So I was like, I hate to bring this up like out of the blue. I'm like, but did you and Dave keep in contact after you broke up? And she was like, that motherfucker? Hell no. And I was like, yes, she did. So after that, I just to get it out of my system because it was really fresh in my like it just happened and I had just so much to say. And she knew him even better than me, so I just went off and told her the story.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, that's probably my worst client experience, but honestly, it was necessary. I learned so much that day. So much. Months, because they went so long without messaging me.
That's not though, that you just get out of all people. Like, if it was a stranger, it probably would have been different, but because it was somebody that you're aware of, like, that just was weird.
It's sad.
That sounds like it sucks a lot.
It does. It hurt.
Yeah. Nobody wants that done to them. So it's like, how would they feel if something like that happened to them? No? Not nice? We'll not do it to other people with their partner.
No, he scammed me. Or, I guess, better yet, his girlfriend scammed me. I don't know.
Well, she technically scammed you.
I know. Like he was supposed to be my friend.
Seem like you a horrible person or something, which you are in no way not. And she probably like, I don't know, talk shit about you to him. Because for him to react like that, like self-harassing my girlfriend, she lost the sense of you and shit.
Or another possibility is that her intention really was to pay for the commission as a surprise. When she showed it to him, maybe he just didn't. I don't know. Maybe he was against it and just told her to stop replying to me. I don't know. Like, he was my friend. I mean, this is a guy I was close with, and then even the girl, when she was messaging me from the beginning to the very end, was nice and supportive. Gave the feedback she wanted. It was honestly like. Besides the ending, it was a perfectly good and easy job. Like, it was perfectly fine. Until the end, when it's just like, time to pay, and then she just dropped off the face of the earth, and I was apparently harassing her.
That's some weird shit. Right there.
Yeah, well, I think it's disgusting that people do this to artists, because it's not the first time. I'm not the only person who's probably gone through something like this. I have other stories too, but, you know. But yeah. That's my story. But anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe for more videos. If you want to support this content to be more frequent than so rare, support me on Patreon, because that would encourage me to do this, since I don't get paid for this. Also, leave a comment if you like this kind of thing, if you'd like me to keep conversations up when I'm drawing instead of the usual background music. And if you're also a self-employed and self-driven worker, and if you have any stories like this with very difficult clients, then leave them in the comments below. I'd love to read them. I'm very curious if you can be my story. Aside from that, thank you very much, and you all have yourself a lovely week.